Oh, DK, we got hot mics and we are ready to go. Welcome to Smashville. It is Saturday night. The hottest ticket in town with the Predators out in Colorado right now is here. The Warriors taking on the West Dundee Leafs out of Illinois. And this one's for everything. No, we can't see you. You want us to see you? We can't see you.
You want it?
There we go. Now we can see you. The fans are into it. I'm into it. DK's into it. Harry Haviland here. OTT Sports Network back with you guys. This one is a big game tonight. The top four teams are going into tomorrow. We are 2-1 so far. A win today would at least guarantee us getting a spot, but we don't know what game until the two games after us play. If we're going to be playing for first or second, third or fourth, but we still got to get a win today. DK.
Yeah, total goals against is going to be the tiebreaker for tomorrow morning. So see what happens. I mean, we're just going to go out, have a good game, and hope the cards fold the way we want them to. And we're looking forward to, a 9:45 puck drop against the Vipers, and let's get it done because we lost 3-2 to them on Friday.
Yes, the Vipers is who we have a good chance of facing off against tomorrow. There's still 3 games tonight, so there's a lot of mixing up and shifting around that can still happen. We're the early game of the late games today. There's one at 8:45, and another one at 9 o'clock tonight. It is 7:45. It's going to be Nice, Fredette, and Kalergis out there, Captain and Van Winkle on the blue line. Haviland back in the lineup, but not getting his spot out there after missing this morning. Maybe still feeling a little bit sick.
Nice has been on a heater.
Nice has been on fire this week. He's been flying. He wins that early faceoff and he gets it rolling all the way back in. Simon Prokop in net for the Warriors this evening. Van Winkle tapping it back off the boards to himself, carrying it around behind his net. Out to center, intercepted by the Leafs. They come in, but they're offside. They were in deep, stole that one away, coming back in across the blue line. We're here at the Terry Crisp Ice Arena on the other side of where we've been filming for the rest of this weekend. It's great to finally be up in the press box and be able to see something, DK.
Oh, what a great view from 600 feet above the rink.
Yeah,
amazing.
Compared to being in the corner on the far side, stolen away. Fredette coming in. He's got a breakaway. Eli Fredette shoots. Pad saved by the goaltender. He's taking up a lot of space in that crease. He gets down, denying Fredette on the first shot of the game. Here come the Leafs in, shot in on Prokop. He hangs on to it long enough for the ref to blow the whistle. Terry Crisp being entered into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2022 for broadcasting, and as a part of the Nashville Predators, he became part of that broadcasting team on TV and radio in 1997 with the Preds, having a long career here after coaching for Tampa Bay, Philly, and Calgary, which I'm most familiar with him in the 80s. He also won a Stanley Cup as a player with the Flyers, I think back in the 50s or 60s. 81 years old now. Terry Crisp has his signature on this
both
ring.
sides of the rink.
That's a giant Sharpie they must have used to sign his name too. Like Popovic taking this away outside the blue line, inside the blue line. Noah with the shot. It's gloved down, hung onto by the Leafs goaltender. First couple of shots on net coming from the Warriors. I shouldn't say the first couple, but they've got 2 on net now. One in the direction of Prokop as he held on to that last one. Out to the blue line. McGowan couldn't slow it down. Just hammers it back into the corner for Foster. Flipping it up the boards. Popovic racing in. Or not Popovic, Medeo trying to get it back to Popovic. It scoots across the line. Grimmer picking it up at center. Off the boards to Pop, off his backhand and fighting against a couple of the players. He couldn't get it in deep. The Leafs turned it around inside their zone and come out through center ice. The West Dundee Leafs working their way into the Warriors zone. Flipped in across the hash marks. Grimberg settles it down and controls to the blue line. Not clear. Stolen away and out of the zone by Devin Foster. All the way down. Icing not whistled down there as they were on the other half of the ice when they shot it down. Foster off his backhand to the Leafs off the boards. Back to McGowan. Foster sending that one in deep. Icing waved off as they peel off for a change. Foster, McGowan now replaced by Haviland and Kolchevsky. It goes back over to Kolchevsky. Haviland trying to knock it in, putting the pressure on. He's working out there with DeVos on the far side. DeVos angled off of that puck. Paulin back to Foster, off the boards to DeVos. Back to Foster. He's looking for Haviland on the far side. Dumped down off a couple of sticks. Back over to Foster. Feeding DeVos. Justin DeVos has got some room now. Carrying this one in. Centering pass picked off by the Leafs. They kick it back outside the blue line. Foster takes it away from him, goes to the far side. DeVos shoots one in. Goalie lets that go all the way through. I would have stuck a pad on that just to say it was a shot on net, you know?
One shot on him.
All the way around the far side. Kolchevsky at the blue line, stepping his way in, backhands it into the corner. DeVos centering past Haviland and Paulin right there, looking for it again. Paulin with the shot, tipping it over the goalie's glove and into the corner. Blue line, Foster shooting, bouncing puck. Goalie gets down on top of that one, off to the side and all the way down the ice. Nick Foster chasing down as icing's waved off. Foster, the centering pass. He was looking to get all the way out of the zone. It doesn't happen. Lucky after that interception, and Paulin has it. Paulin into DeVos on a 2-on-1. Here they come in.
Shoot,
Paulin with
no,
the pass. And then through the center and all the way out. Looking to shoot down there. That one, I saw some openings from up here. He might not have seen it. Trying to be the team player that he is, putting it just outside of the stretch stick of DeVos. Here come the Leafs, working in, stripped away by Captain. It's off the boards, not clear of the blue line. Underneath Claire, just back to Nice. Kyler Nice on fire, still flying. Backhand across to the far side for net shot, and a rebound! Dimitri Claire just crashing towards the net, knocks that one in. Excellent job, Kyler Nice over to Fredette taking the shot, and Claire just with the finish. 1-0 Warriors. Great rush there, DK.
Oh, amazing rush. Good energy coming down into the offensive zone. Couple nice passes.
Oh, we're looking for a scoreboard here. My bad. There we go. Display? No, you gotta display it. 1-0 Warriors, as it shows now on the scoreboard. Flipped in, glove down, Captain, backhand over Van Winkle, now fighting in the front of the net. Prokop had to be quick on his feet on that one, or quick on his knees, or quick on his pads, or whatever it is. Kyler Nice with some speed, here he comes, looking for another one for the Warriors, shoots that one, trying to find the top, in run, Kalir just couldn't put it home, sends it just wide of the post over into the corner. Kept in by Fredette. Fredette gets hammered up against the boards. Nice keeping it into the blue line, back over to Fredette, him and Claire just working in. Fredette tangled up with a couple players, but they're going to call a penalty on that. The player is going to the boxes wearing a black jersey, so that's a good thing for the Warriors. Going to be going on the power play with the ref calling it from the backside of the ice. Hard-working efforts here by this forward line, Nice, Kalergis, and Fredette. At the blue line, joining them on the power play is McGowan and Grimberg. Back over to Claire, just off the boards around the far side. Fredette going in, looking to get set up. He's got Grimberg at the blue line. He feeds it back to him. Grimberg shot sent in. I think Nice might have blocked that, but he picks it back up. Grimberg fires another one over the stick of Claire just in front. Outside the blue line, McGowan and Nice decide that they're going to battle for it. Taken away by Nice. Fredette on the far side. Nice decides to carry, drops to his knees, kicking it over to Fredette at the blue line. Walking in, Fredette knocked off that puck before he gets a shot off. Nice on the back check in the offensive zone towards the net. Kalergis back over to Nice. To the blue line. It sneaks out across. McGowan off the boards. Tapping it back out. Kalergis is outside the zone when he touched up with that one. Now Dimitri's inside his defensive end. Working his way out, trying to find Fredette through the center. Sends that one up high, but it's deflected at center ice. Rolls its way down across the goal line, and there's no icing. Fredette's still in there deep. That's too many men on the ice all day long. The player came out of the box well before, or off the bench well before the player was out of the box, but that means we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. 1-0, 5:55 left to go here in the first. Warriors leading. Locked down in front over Grimberg's stick. This line's been out here for a while. Popovic's managed to get out off the Fredette change, but Kalergis and Nice still out on forward. Trapped back in their own defensive end. Kalergis looking to get on his horse, hops across the blue line, dumps that in, recognizing that he's tired, and peels off.
3.5 minutes on that ice out there. Good change.
Popovic, Kolchevsky, Pop, back to Pop, gets a shot on. Foster's going looking for a rebound. The goalie's not going to give him one. It's a 1-0 hockey game here on the OTT Sports Network. 5:18 left to go. First period action at the Terry Crisp Ice Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. Grandma Sandy. Where's Grandma Sandy at? In New Mexico. Yes. Tuning in, checking it out in Nashville. We got to meet up with you last weekend. So happy to have you joining us back on the broadcast. Fun to meet you in Albuquerque, but you're with us all year long, all season. Off the boards, Kolchevsky, out to Popovic, can't poke it through. Across the blue line, picked up by the Leafs. They're at center ice. Slowing this one down, getting a little sloppy. The puck almost taken away by Popovic. Back out to the Leafs, coming in front of the Warriors bench, backhanding it through center. Stripped away by Foster, kicked over to Medeo. He's got some time, sending it off the far boards as Popovic comes racing out of his own end. Foster up ahead of him, has to check up at the blue line. As Pop still has it, Popovic in front, the shot in on the big goaltender who gets a pad on it and steers it aside. Nick Foster with a shot. Oh, goalie didn't see that, was a little bit high. He went to reach for it. It was over the net.
Outside.
Flipped in, Van Winkle doing the job as we're talking about Grandma here on the microphone. Popovic cleans it across the red line, firing it down. He's going to go off for a change. Medeo, Paulin, and DeVos out there now. Blanchard joining them. Paulin firing it in. Blanchard going after it into the corner. DeVos dropping back against the sideboards. Paulin tries to swipe it off his backhand. He oversteps that puck. It's picked up by the Leafs coming out of their own end. Leafs go cross ice right over that Terry Crisp symbol. Van Winkle kicking out to center. Time running down here. 3:48 left to go in the first period. Warriors still leading 1-0 as the Leafs bring it in offside. Good action of this one, DK.
Oh, good speed. Good jumping in the zone. Boys look high energy for our first period. We look a lot of positive things happening out there.
We haven't been a first period team per se in the last little while, but stepping it up here in Nashville, looking pretty good. Grimberg getting bumped up against the boards as the Leafs come in, pressuring in the offensive zone. Trying to backhand that one through. DeVos behind the net. Looking for Blanchard. It finally gets knocked up to him. Brady Blanchard stick handling inside his own zone, bringing it across the blue line, trying to fire up that speed. Blanchard has it, working his way down the right wing. Taking this one wide, DeVos going to the front of the net. Blanchard in front, another shot off. Oh, Paulin almost had it. That goalie taking up a lot of space in the Leafs end, and it's going to be an icing call as McGowan looking to tag up on it in his own end. 3:02 is what's left on the clock here, first period. Deep in the offensive zone, Kalergis, Fredette, and Nice. Winning that one over to Fredette was Nice, back towards the front of the net. Going behind is the Leafs, off the boards, trying to clear. McGowan denying that at the blue line, holding it in, puts it off a skate in front. The Leafs kick it out to the far side. They go off the boards. Grimace with the interception, McGowan with the tip. The Leafs walking back in to their defensive end, trying to get themselves set up to get all the way down. Mishandled puck there, and Kalergis steals it away. He's got Fredette in front. Dmitry Kalergis working his way through the crease, gets a shot off. The goalie closes the pads up, denying him. To the blue line, McGowan shooting one in, bouncing puck. Fredette pushed off of it. Kalergis going after. Picked up by the Leafs, sent the length of the ice. Grimberg tags up on that, so icing's waved off with 2:15 left to go. He backhands it all the way around the boards. Kalergis at the blue line, can't tip it through. He does knock it away, knock the stick off the defender's hands. Back onside, that's offside. Neese and Fredette were both offside at some point there, but they caught Fredette as...
It looked like we almost got back onside there, too. It was pretty close.
It was back onside by one player, but not the other one. Foster, deadly in that face-off draw once again. He wins that one back. Kolchevsky now fighting with Popovic up in front of the scorekeeper's box. Foster back over to Popovic, feeding Medeo. He's got some room. Here comes Austin all the way through. Loses it as he tries to dangle around the defenseman. Outside the zone, the Leafs controlling it. They get back onside as the player skates across, intercepting the puck. Medeo bumping his player against the boards inside and fed through by Nick Foster. Over to Noah Popovic. Oh, okay, thank you. I was like, that's a penalty shot. Penalty shot right there. Come on. 2 minutes for tackling.
But only one minute.
But it's only 1 minute for real, yeah. 1 minute for tackling.
Horse
collar. It would have been 2
2
minutes if it became the
Where's the horse
DDT.
collar?
Yes, the horse collar. He was looking to line himself up for the old Jake the Snake Roberts DDT finishing move there. He didn't quite get it, but now the Warriors on the power play. Out to the blue line, Kolchevsky hanging it in there. Off the boards by Popovic and set the length of the ice. It still is icing in the second dumbest rule in USA hockey, as I chat about all the time. Back into the offensive zone for a draw.
On the power play, we're just going to call icing all day.
I still don't think it's right. I mean,
agree
the offside rule for me is the number one dumbest thing on the planet.
Yeah.
The second one is that when you're on the penalty kill, you should be able to ice the puck. That's how you work a penalty kill.
Dump it all day.
Yes. They're showing only 5-1 shots on the clock. I don't believe that. There's been a lot more as another one gets sent wide of the net. Back out to Foster. Nick, cross ice. Over to Devin. Coming in, takes a shot up the circle. Oh, goalie makes a save. It was loose in the crease. Nick was pinched in a little bit too far. Now he's got to come back out to center ice. Foster finding Popovic. He's got some room. Pop comes in, shoots. Oh, the defenseman got a stick on that, tipping it into the corner. Medeo through center, tapping it forward, back out to Nick Foster, walking his way in front, and the one-timer shot! Oh! Hung up in the crease. Good shot, good look, good effort there by the Warriors on angle to bury it. Medeo going in deep. He's hung up and pushed off the puck. Back over to Devin Foster to the blue line, dropping. There's a... Out to the blue line, 30 seconds left to go. 5-on-5 hockey. Jumping over the stick, Popovic and Foster going in deep. Pop trying to steal this away, taps it back over to the boards. Taken away by the Leafs. It's at the blue line. Kolchevsky trying to pinch in there, gets a piece of it, slowing the play up, but it still comes out to neutral territory. Devin Foster trying to kick it back up to his skates. Medeo can't get it. They're going to send that one down. That's an icing call with... They ran 2 extra seconds off that clock. Who's running that business over there? As we turn around, we get to watch the Avs game here because the Avs are playing the Preds in Colorado right now. We can see it in the bar. Looks like they're just getting warmed up and ready to start, though. DeVos trying to find Haviland streaking towards the net on his second shift of the first period. The buzzer sounds, it's over in the first. 1 minute's going to tick off while the coaches have a chance to talk to their team. And the second period will be coming at you shortly. It's brought to you by Diskin. You got to be careful how you say this. Diskin Cider. It's called Diskin Cider. Try and say that 5 times fast without being rude on a PG broadcast. Yes, everybody's turning around with a little giggle in their step right now. Diskin Cider. Having some fun in Nashville. Looking forward to going out again tonight. It's going to be a blast.
Yeehaw's going to be sponsoring again tomorrow.
Yeehaw, we'll be back
tomorrow
yes.
For tomorrow morning game.
Blake doesn't want anything to do with us 2 nights in a row. He's still hungover. But you know what? Who did text me this afternoon? Kid Rock. He's back in
Kid
town.
Rock's back in the game for our late night VIP pass.
He heard what we did last night and he wants a piece of it. So OTT getting the VIP tour with Kid Rock tonight in Nashville. Can't wait to tell everybody about how that goes.
I heard Di's going to be on stage tonight playing the xylophone.
She's actually a fiddle player that
she's
nobody
a
knows
fiddle.
about.
I know that.
Remember taking some violin fiddle lessons? She did that back in the day. The second period action underway as Haviland knocks a player down as working back in. Paulin back over at Captain off the blue line. Feeding it out to DeVos. Paulin racing after it. Defenseman does a good job keeping it outside the blue line. Van Winkle stealing it apart. Tearing his way across center ice. Backhand pass over to Paulin. DeVos flipping it back over to Van Winkle. Controlled by Haviland. Feeding it back to Captain, so he's got some time to set this one up. Off the boards to Paulin with a flip in front of the Warriors bench. Sending it back out. They get back onside just in time. And Paulin couldn't keep it on the right side of the blue line. 11:15 left to go. 1-0 game here. Warriors with the lead. OTT Sports Network, Harry Haviland and DK having some fun with you on a Saturday night. Picked up by the Warriors. Van Winkle sending it in deep. As we mentioned, the second part of the dump and chase is the chase. Kalergis gets to it. Burdette behind the net. Back to Kalergis. Leafs taking it away. Up the boards to the blue line. Here come the Leafs. 2-on-2 the opposite direction. Nice racing back. Flip through. Prokop seeing some action. Putting his glove over top of that one and covering up. I don't know how they just recently adjusted the shots now to 8-6. It went from 5-1 to 8-6 during the intermission.
A little old school there with the scratch pad and then update in between periods.
When you got time, I'll give them that. I'll give them that. I am definitely not a good scorekeeper when it comes to being behind that bench. Nice and Kalergis, yeah, I was going to say. There was about 3/4 of an inch behind his blade between the blue line.
The big fellow was off by a yard.
This much. This much. Or this much. You can't see me on camera. My arms are stretched out right now.
It was more than a yeehaw beer offside.
Knees to Burdette, working his way in. Here comes Eli, looking for a shot. Yeah! Eli Burdette! Looking top corner. Finds top corner. We're going to bury that one, and we're going to go up 2-0. That's his second. He got the first one. Wow, I'm good. We got a great statistician up here with us.
Stat Die.
Stat Die running the camera, knowing the
She's here all weekend, by the way.
No, Claire just got the first one.
We missed her in New Mexico, but she's back.
Claire just got the first one.
Yeah.
Yes. But thank you for trying.
Good save by Prokop there.
Warriors trying to get out of their zone. 2-0 to score, and a penalty is coming up. As Burdette continues to get banged up against the boards, the Leafs are going to see the box for a cross check here and a power play advantage going to your Warriors. With 10:04 left to go here in the second, shots 9-6, score 2-0, man advantage 5-4. Here we go. Foster and Kolchevsky going to man the point with Dale, Foster, and Popovic on forward for this power play. One cleanly by Foster, over to Popovic. Back out to the point, controlled by Kolchevsky. Kicked in off the shin pads of Foster. Back out to Kolchevsky again. Good passing and setting up. Flipped into the corner. Popovic racing around for that one. He can't center it. Medeo was looking for it in front. Back to the Leafs. Sent out to the blue line. Kolchevsky settling it down. Kicking it to Foster. Back out to Kolchevsky. Looking for his D partner. Didn't like the lurking forward at the blue line. Didn't want to get that interception. Have to skate it back down. Medeo back to the blue line. Past Foster. Back to Devin Foster. Kicking it over to Nick Foster in front. Nick with the shot. Oh! trying for that power play goal. They got 20 seconds left to get another attempt at it. Popovic circling around, getting held up, back over to Nick. Nick drops for Kolchevsky to Popovic. Kolchevsky in deep, feeding it back. Kolchevsky stepping in. That's a deflection up off the mesh by the defenseman. And a clock runs down to 1 second left on this power play for the Warriors.
Okay, we're staying the same line here. Nick with the new stick. I thought he had a goal there.
Did he have to get another new stick this week? I know they've been having car problems and everything. Time with Kathy last night.
I think Nick needs a free stick.
Nick gets a new stick every weekend. That's just the way he rolls. Devin Foster towards the front of the net. Ow! Just sails that one wide of the far post. Nick stepping in with that stick. Back over to Foster with some stick handling in front. Oh my! Did you see that? Devin Foster out of the corner through the crease. Backhand tuck, and it is a 3-0 game. Warriors in the lead with 8:47 left to go in the second. What a move out of the corner by Foster. I didn't know he had hands like that.
I didn't see that coming.
You should do that again.
And again.
And again. And again. And again.
And again.
Paulin getting knocked down by that pass. DeVos is out there with him and Blanchard. Pass DeVos, but he gets a stick on it, so he kicks it into the corner. The Leafs circling behind their net. The pressure from Blanchard up the far side. Leafs coming through center. In front, they got a few numbers there, and they get a shot off. Did Prokop could see a piece of that, or that was a deflection to the side?
It was a deflection to the side.
Prokop was ready, but here come the Leafs again. Another shot. They fire that one over past the far bar. Blanchard loses his stick as he was trying to tip that one out of the zone. It's sent all the way down by Captain. There's no way that's reaching the far side, so icing is waved off as the Leafs pick it up. Back out of the zone. DeVos is down deep into the offensive end. Captain in front of the Leafs bench feeds it back over to Blanchard, who backhands it to center ice. Up and sent in deep. Captain going after it. Brandon Captain to Blanchard with the tip. Doesn't clear it out of the zone. Back to Captain. Feeds it across the far side. And Nice back over to Paulin. Kane Paulin coming in. Stick handles way through. Paulin has it. Takes the shot. Goalie got a piece of it on the glove. Paulin looking for another one. Van Winkle tips it back in. Paulin jumping not high enough to glove it down, and it's out of the zone by the Leafs. Back to center ice. Player just off the bench taking a swing at that. His lumber takes down the player but doesn't touch puck. And here comes Kyler Nice. Stick handling through. Nice held up as he was trying to go around the defenseman. He steps in front of him, back out to the point past Van Winkle. Fredette chasing it back in. McGowan with him as the Leafs have it. Taken away. Fredette looking to get it out. Nice was coming back through center ice. Leafs intercept, and now they've got it deep in the Warriors zone. Back over, Van Winkle. Bumped off the puck. Oh! Stick of McGowan there just sends that one wide of the net. Prokop looking sharp as he kicked his pad out to make sure it stays away from the net. Leafs shooting, blocked in front, behind Fredette. Up through center to Nice. Him and Kalergis were at the top. Fredette to Kalergis, back to Fredette, back to Kalergis. Pass him, and the Leafs settle it down in their own end. Foster to Kalergis, top of the circle. Dimitri's got it, looking for a shot off. He gets one. A little bit of a bouncing flip kick into the net, but the goalie flashes the leather, keeping it trapped up there as the whistle blows with 5:56 left to go in the second period. 3-0 the lead for the Warriors. And it's 0-0 for the Avs against Nashville.
8 minutes in.
Would have been really fun if the Avs were playing here this weekend.
It would have been amazing for us.
Could have had some
Blake,
fun.
we could have gone to Blake's box.
Yeah, Blake. That would have been a perfect setup. Yeah. Oh, good shot. Back out to the blue line. Grimberg tipping that one in. Is Popovic back to Pop. Shot in front. Madeo couldn't corral it. Centering back over to Foster. Jumped out. McGowan touched that one, so icing's going to be waved off. But Grimberg's sending it back into his own end. Grimberg back to McGowan. Out of the zone. Popovic not back that far for it. That could have been an offside call there all day long.
Offside by 20 miles.
20 miles?
Or a yeehaw.
Or a yeehaw. Shot blocked in front. McGowan picking up the loose rubber. Out to Popovic. He spins at the blue line. Can't get through the defenseman at the red line. And now the Leafs tip it back into the Warriors zone. Settle down. Grimberg off the far boards. Medeo's got pops with him. Foster trailing. Through center. McGowan can't get to it. Foster swinging. Back to Grimberg. Off the boards to Pops. And not out. Leafs holding it. McGowan got his stick out of the way of that one as it was going wide of the net. He gets pushed up against the boards, and the Leafs take the puck away in the corner. Centering it out, Popovic taking it away. Up far side, Madeo stood up at his own blue line. And Pop was offside by a yeehaw. We got ourselves a hockey game. It's 3-0. The Warriors leading this Leafs team from Illinois. 4:28 left to go in the second period. OTT Sports Network still here with you. Harry Haviland and DK thanking you for coming along this ride with us as DeVos sends one in after it comes outside the blue line. He's out there with Haviland and Paulin. Puck is dropped over to Paulin, back to the point. Kolcheski firing it into a crowd, and then sending it down in far. That one's gloved down by the defender. He drops it back to himself, stick handling his way to find his own net. Haviland pestering, DeVos in to help, back out to Paulin, keeping it in. DeVos in the corner, chasing it down. Justin going after it, out to the far boards. Haviland looking for it. Takes a player off the puck, in front. Oh, just jumps over Keaton Paulin's stick. Beating it against and out. Here come the Leafs through center ice. Leafs working their way down, taken away by Kolcheski. Leafs trying to find a way to get it back. Kolcheski steals it underneath the stick of Paulin. Racing after it. He's got DeVos going towards the net. Keaton Paulin in the corner. Drop back. Haviland got it tipped away, and there's going to be an interference call here against the Leafs or against Keaton.
Leafs, I believe.
Nope, Paulin's going to the bench. That means the Leafs are going to the box for a minute.
Yeah, Paulin was pointing it out to the ref to make sure he got the call correct.
A gentleman and a scholar that Keaton Paulin is. Making sure everything is correctly called. It's going to be an offensive zone draw there. Excuse me, sir. But do you have any great... Oh, wait.
He's legit.
He's a ref. He knows what's going on. Fredette trying to backhand that one down. Back over to Neese. Kyler Neese with the shot blocked in front as he's looking for the power play goal with 3:33 left to go in the second frame. Leafs taking this one away. Coming down shorthanded. Knocked down off the puck by Fredette. Nick Foster behind. Back to Fredette. He gets taken down from behind. The Leafs player falls behind him. And then Fredette out to Neese. Neese has got one guy to beat. Kyler with the speed coming through. Kyler Neese. Oh, my goodness. Woo! With the moves. Kyler Neese sucks him out one side, brings him back the other way. The goalie's got to retie his skates after that one. Neese with the go-ahead power play goal. Go-ahead more power play goal.
580 feet. Neese is his place. He needs to move to Nashville and play here full time.
I think he might have to.
Let's pack the bags and move my friend.
Neese lives in Nashville now. This is where he plays his best hockey.
Call Blake and say Neese is moving in.
Neese is moving in with Blake. Yep. Gwen's still out of town. He might have to approve it with her when she gets back, but we'll see. Kalev just into the corner. Neese trying to tip that back out to the blue line. Now he's racing back. There's going to be a penalty going against the Warriors, I'm seeing now, with the ref his arm up. The Warriors haven't touched it yet. They do now with 2:48 left to go. They're going to go sit in the box after that power play goal. Now, the Warriors trying to do what they can to get on all sides of the score sheet, looking for a shorty.
the big fella, Dimitri, in the box and talk to Captain for a couple of minutes here. Maybe they can maybe a little talk about their hairstyling for the weekend.
I was going to say, the hairstyle, he's got a little bit more matted down than it was this afternoon, as we were talking about his lovely flowing locks.
The flow this morning was amazing.
Blanchard at the face-off with that one. He now has it, stepping back behind, flipping it out. Captain pulling this one across the blue line. Sending it all the way down. Haviland on the forecheck here, shorthanded, off the backboards. Still ripping it up. Blanchard off. Blanchard might be sitting the third period for just about hitting Coach McGowan in the head with a puck, but we'll see what comes of that. He's still out there killing this one off with Haviland. It's won by the Leafs. Kicked in past Van Winkle. Captain on the blue line with him still. Brady Blanchard stopping behind, going around a couple of players, trying to kick that up to himself. Van Winkle's going to come help him out. Blanchard still behind the net, centers it up to Haviland. Haviland clears it out of the zone as there's 15 seconds left to tick off this penalty kill for the Warriors. Up to Blanchard, or up to Captain. Captain towards the front. Oh, Haviland looking, and there it is! Short-handed goal! Kai Haviland off the Captain shot. Puts it in the back of the net, and we got ourselves
My captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, wherefore art thou? Please let down your hair, or however that goes. He gets the shot off. Haviland scores the goal.
I know. It's so hard.
Apologies, everyone. Sorry.
Diane's apologizing
Hey,
for the
Diane
shaking of the
we
camera.
might have missed that goal. We'll actually.
Oh, you didn't even get it.
Actually, we'll pull that back off a live burn.
We're gonna.
Mom shame.
Oh, that's what you get when mom's running the camera and your player's heading towards the net.
Yeah.
The penalty's over after that shorthanded goal. It's a 5-0 lead here for the Warriors. Foster gloving it down, handing it back to himself. Devin off the side to Medeo. Push the length of the ice. Racing down is Popovic as that puck is rolling across the dot at the offensive end. Flip back in. Medeo and Foster out there with Popovic. Van Winkle and Captain on the back end. They're going to have to do their job as defensemen now as they come back into their own side. Captain splitting it back over to Popovic at center. The Leafs taking it inside the Warriors' end. Leafs holding the blue line into the corner, stolen away. Knocked down in front. Leafs trying to get a shot off. They can't do that. Van Winkle trying to go far side. Captain now misses on that one. Leafs pick it up. A little bit of sloppiness trying to get out of their own zone with 33 seconds left to go here, DK. Out to Popovic. Intercepted as he was trying to pass that. Foster skating through it. Pops with a swipe. Back in come the Leafs. Shot in. Pad saved by Prokop. OTT text line sending in a bunch of things saying, I'm sure it was a beautiful goal. We're going to have to wait to watch the ESPN highlights tonight off Live Barn.
Oh, left-handed, one-handed, top corner.
Oh, it was
That's all.
It was the best goal you guys ever could have seen. It was amazing.
That play developed so fast.
It was if
That's awesome.
If Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, and Gordie Howe had a love child, that child is what scored that last goal. I'm just so sorry that you guys didn't get to watch it on the camera. Grimberg behind his net, off the boards, to the blue line. They can't get the shot off in time. We're going to work our way into the third period, leading 5-0 over this Illinois team. We're in the Maple Leaf jerseys.
Denver. Y'all?
Northern suburbs of Chicago.
Okay.
Actually, they're a mile south of the
Diane still
we're
sending
just
apologies to everybody across the
self-indulgent.
globe who didn't get to see that best goal ever scored in hockey.
Okay.
I mean, it's like Jordan Eberle World Junior S.
Take my word for it. It was amazing.
DeVos at center as the third period puck is dropped. Here come the Leafs. Coming in, top of the circle, they take the shot. Prokop gets a little piece of his glove on it. Leafs trying to center it back. It gets to Blanchard. Fires that one through the middle of the ice. Stopped up the blue line by the Leafs. McGowan off the boards, not hard enough. In front, Grimberg. Out to the blue line. Ooh, DeVos trying to sneak that one past. Doesn't get enough of it. Off the boards by Grimberg. Paulin trying to kick it out of his own zone. Back up against. Now into McGowan. McGowan's going to send this one around the corner for Blanchard. A little bit too hot for him to handle. It's held in by the Leafs. Tucked back in. Blanchard lifts his stick and takes that puck away. McGowan out to the blue line. They got an opportunity. Here comes Paulin one-on-one. Keaton Paulin working his way through. Gets pushed off of that puck as he looked to dance around him on the far side. Foster tipping that one. And they managed to get back onside. They're offside now as Paulin dumps it all the way down the length of the ice. Leafs clearing their zone. Cross the blue line, 1-on-5. Comes in, and Prokop's just going to drop that one for Nick Foster behind the net. Nick Foster off of his skates back to his stick. And there, Foster's going to get a penalty for that as the player turned on him, dropped to his knees. Foster continued in with a hit. He goes to the box for a minute to feel shame and whatever else you feel when you're in the penalty box.
Oh, David will talk about Hair Club for Men and work through it for the next 60 seconds, and he'll be back out and hanging out with us. So it'll be perfect.
Hair Club for Men. I mean, he had the flow going, man. The waves in there, it looked like
No man at 45 should have that flow.
No, like all the power to him.
I think we need to find a new sponsor with him, with his flow.
With his hair, we got to
With
get
his flow.
Maybe he was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I have no idea.
I mean, he played water polo in college.
Oh, he's a water polo player.
Yeah,
he's a great smuggler. He's one of those Speedo wearing guys. I get it.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Kalergis working his way in. Dimitri Kalergis won the break. Fires that one wide of the net. Another short-handed opportunity for the Warriors. Fired in. Kalergis still battling in front, using that size to keep the puck heading towards the net. It comes out of the zone. Nice back over to Van Winkle. Through center ice out of the reach of Kalergis. Leafs trying to get themselves set up here. They got 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in this third period. Warriors with a 5-0 lead. And Kalergis is in his own zone with it. He's back to Kalergis. Flips it up, and Dimitri's got some room to skate. Can he beat the defenseman there? And, Nice is down. I did not see what was going on behind the play there. Did he take a hit? Or?
Awkward fall.
Asking where we were last night. We hit a couple of spots until Blake came into town. He hooked us up. We were at All Red, which is Blake Shelton's bar, as Nice gets up, and he's working his way towards the bench. He looks a little sore, but the way he's been playing and how hard he's been playing, I'm sure he's going to be fine and ready to go. What?
He tripped.
I did not see what happened.
Awkward fall to the corner.
But yes, Blake Shelton, best man on the planet. How nice of a guy was he to us last night?
He was amazing. VIP room.
Everything
bottle
we wanted.
service.
It was.
He played a couple songs for us.
Might have to move down here with Kyler. I think me and you and Kyler we'll get ourselves
our boy 587. We're going. We're moving down here.
We're gonna get a condo off Painter's Alley somewhere downtown, and will be his
Oh,
agents.
Blanchard used to live here.
Oh, Foster with a rip that goes off the crossbar, sending it off over the glass into the net and back onto the ice, but they have to whistle that one down after it bounces off the mesh to make sure the puck is okay.
Looks like Nice is all right. He's bouncing. A little jumping on the
Foster
bench.
back out to Captain. Medeo fighting in the corner. Still has it, sending it around the far side. Popovic going after it. Pop with the backhand out to the point. Van Winkle pinching in, trying to feed it back over to Pops. Can't get it through, but Popovic still holds it inside the blue line. He gets a solid backhand, dumping it in. Foster chasing into the far corner, joined by Medeo. Tip back over for Foster. He gets knocked down in the corner with a hit, but he's not giving up on the play. It's underneath him, tipped in by Popovic. Here comes Medeo to this side. Medeo looking for a hit. He gets one, but the Leafs clear it out of their zone. Here come the Leafs with the shot in. Prokop with a little bit of a weird angle glove blocker combo.
Control that rebound, though.
He did.
That's all we're looking for.
Controlled the rebound, held onto it with 8:25 left to go.
Almost looking like a backhand catch. It's not easy.
No, that wouldn't be easy. Trying to get himself on Sports Center highlight of the night there.
A little ESPN, top 10.
Kolchevsky tipping it around. Over for Poland, flipping it up. Here comes DeVos. He's got Haviland. He sends it all the way across. Haviland going in after it. Kai Haviland racing through. Tips it around. Haviland behind the net. Can't deal with the two players pressuring up on him. Now he's speeding back towards the blue line. Kolchevsky holding it in. Back to Haviland. Around the corner. DeVos on the far side. DeVos contending with a couple of players. Haviland knocking it down. Poland trying to keep it in. It sneaks across the blue line. The Leafs centering pass. Haviland intercepting it center ice. Back over to the Leafs. Dumped in. Kolchevsky out of the zone. Haviland at center. Back to Kolchevsky. Off the boards to Haviland. Tipped across. Over to DeVos on the far side. Justin DeVos gets taken down. He gets a run at Grimberg and Kolchevsky going into the corner after this one. Kolchevsky taking the man out. Kolchevsky has it. He's got Haviland up far. It's behind him. Through. Just couldn't get a handle on that puck. Good look by Kolchevsky coming out of his own zone, though. Seeing Haviland up deep. Over to Nice. Up to Fredette. Fredette gets run into at the center line. And here come the Leafs. Off that stick that's left on the ice. Back across to Fredette. Flipping it up. Haviland's, he was looking behind him instead of ahead of him. As the rotating forward, I don't think he's coming off the ice here. He might just take a long shift for the rest of it.
He's got 6:37 to go, and I'm saying he's going to stay all night.
He finally does get back there, and that is what happens here as we do have 17 players on this team, 16 of them being skaters. And that just doesn't make for even lines. I'm not a math guy. I don't know if you are at home, but if you divide by 5, one of these players rotates into minimal shifts. It's Haviland's turn today. And they touch up on that, but that's going to be a tripping call.
Against...
Hilaire just skating over to the bench.
The big fella going to go talk with Hair Club.
I mean, when the flow that Dimitri, the curls that he's got, him and Captain, they're going to be talking about hair. It's going to be hair products and shampoo. What kind of conditioner do you use? How do you get those curls? I want to trade some of my flow for your curls. Oh, they're making it work over there. You can see him having the conversation. To the blue line now, killing off this penalty. The Leafs holding it in on the power play. Leafs in deep, centering pass to Popovic, tipping it through, back over to the backhand of Pop. He takes it across the blue line. Pop skating his way up. There's a tripping call. The back ref got it. And here we go. We're going to have some 4-on-4 hockey action with 5:50 left to go in the third period. Foster and Popovic staying out there with Foster and Van Winkle on the blue line. 4-on-4. Lots of ice to roam around and see what they can do. Devin Foster losing a rare draw, but Popovic breaking it up before the Leafs can get it out. Leafs finally get it. They send it the length of the ice. It's going to be taken away by Foster before it gets to Prokop. Nick across to Van Winkle. Oh, sending that one up. That's going to go all the way down. And I think the goalie was going to the bench thinking there's a penalty there.
Not sure.
Or was he going to the bench? Sure, they, with 5-0 is the score. There's 5:36 left to go. I think they're pulling the goalie, trying to get a 5-on-4 advantage here. That wouldn't be my play, but who knows? There's the Foster win. Up to Popovic. Here comes Noah Popovic. One guy to beat, pushes it around on Popovic. 4-on-4, racing in. Noah taken down, and oh my gosh.
Penalty shot, right?
He goes down hard. That should be a penalty shot, but he took the net off with his head, and he is rolling down there. We're hoping Noah's going to be okay.
As long as he's okay, that's all that matters. He's fine.
He looks like he's in some discomfort as the coach is coming out. He hit that post right with his head as he went down. His neck, his head, it was...
He's all right. He'll be fine.
These kids are tough. They're tougher than I am. I wouldn't get up from that. Just like spread my ashes right here, I'm done. But these kids are a lot tougher than I am.
They're sprayed in Kevlar. They're fine. He's good. He's good.
He's sitting up
He's
there.
tough.
Dr. Popovic to the rescue. Noah's getting up. I still say give him a penalty shot.
Let's go!
It looks like his shoulder is what he's hanging on to as he's skating out. Neck, shoulder. Oof. That was a tough. That was
all right.
That was a full speed tilt. They're just giving him the 1-minute penalty. It's up on the boards here.
It's got to be a penalty shot.
If there's a definition of a penalty shot, I'd say that'd be it.
I don't see many penalty shots, but
4-on-3, the rarity of hockey. You don't see this too often. Lots of extra room out there. Devin Foster with Madeo, captain, and Grimberg as the Leafs flip that one up and over. Grimberg sending it the width of the ice to Madeo.
that way, guys.
Off the boards to Foster.
That way, middle.
Here they come. Captain and Foster back over through. Captain back over to Foster with the shot. Oh! If he could have gotten a little bit underneath that.
Elevation, he got a goal there.
It was there. Blanchard holding at the blue line.
Bouncer.
Shoots a distance shot in off the boards and out. Picked back up by Captain. 5-on-3, now 5-on-4.
Go!
Blanchard works his way in across the blue line. Drop pass there for Foster. Shot gets blocked up at the legs of the defenseman. Blanchard still has it back to Captain. Fires one off the shaft of the Leafs player.
The captain.
Good job by Grimberg coming in, breaking that play up. As there's only 6 seconds left to go here in this 5-on-4 advantage for the Warriors. Captain's back at his own end. They step out 5-on-5, taken away inside by the Leafs. Oh! I don't think Prokop saw all of that one. Luckily, it went up over the net. Madeo, Blanchard. Blanchard trying to clean this one out. He's got 3 Leafs players to contend with. The Leafs come out of the scrum with it. Into DeVos, back to the blue line. Madeo run into, and Blanchard finally clears the dome. Sending this one out. 3:56 left to go in the Saturday night broadcast on the OTT Sports Network. Your Warriors in the lead, 5-0. Shots on goal, 23-11, according to the clock. I don't know how true that is, but Van Winkle giving it back over to Kolchevsky, dropping it to Van Winkle. Some great passing plays here. I think the Warriors have come together in the last few games and been making some passes. Not all the time, but when they do, it looks clean. It looks like they know what they're doing.
We're cleaning it up tonight.
Not out of the zone. Blanchard and DeVos, I believe, battling up against the corner. Shot comes in, wide off the back. Broke up, sees enough, covers up on it, and hangs on for a whistle. Some pushing and shoving ensuing in front of the net. DeVos, that's not the kind of game DeVos plays, is it?
What's that?
Some pushing and shoving in, and they're going to send them both now. A little bit chippy and chirpy
Back
in
to
front of the net.
purgatory for DeVos. He just got out for 2-game suspension for
His parole officer is not going to be happy about this one.
unpleasant conduct, we'll call it.
Nice, Kalergis, and Fredette with Van Winkle and Kolcheski as the coincidental minors go up on the board, a minute apiece, 3:05 left to go. Again, by the looks of things, we will be playing. What? By the looks of things, we will be playing tomorrow.
Did he just call it 10-minute?
He gave him a 10?
I think so.
He can't give him a 10. What? They gave DeVos a 10-minute misconduct? Or did they give him both 10 minutes? No, just 2 and 10 for DeVos. For what? What? That makes no sense to me. I guess it's going to be a power play here. Nice off the boards, can't get it clear of the blue line. Kalergis, Nice diving down was Van Winkle. Leafs holding it at the blue line. Sending it deep in, Van Winkle and Grimberg after it. Kolcheski, sorry, not Grimberg, 73, not 83. Kalergis on the boards. Can't get this one out. 3 Leafs collapse on top of him. Back to Kolcheski behind the net. Over to Van Winkle. Just shoot this down and out. Nice has it. Nice is going to skate this one through. It's like, you want to give my player a 2 and 10? I'm going to go score another one on you, and it's going to be a shorthanded opportunity. Nice. Oh, he gets a good shot off, but just manages to clip the goalie, sending it wide of the net. The Leafs behind their own end. Off the boards to the blue line, held in by Van Winkle. Around to the Leafs, back to the... They're trying to push their way outside the blue line. Kaler just doing a good job keeping it settled down and controlled. Back over to Kolcheski. He loses the handle on that. Joey now on the back check in his own defensive end. Van Winkle helping out his D partner. In front, the Leafs can't get a shot off. Taken away by Van Winkle. Backhanded through to center ice. Burdette got spun around. Burdette up to Kaler, just sending it inside the Leafs zone. They turn it back around. And there's not 2 and 10 because he's not out of the box now. He just got an extra penalty for something. So it's not 2 and 10. We're back to 5-on-5. And nobody's in the box. Whatever it is, I'm not sure. Kaler just has it at center. Drop back, Kolcheski. Off the boards. Fredette looking for it on the far side. Takes a swing, misses at it. The Leafs send it in deep. 26-14 is what they're showing the shots on net now. It's still a 5-0 lead for the Warriors. Fredette at center ice, battling. The Leafs take it away. Come in, that's offside. And he whistles it down a little bit late, but we're still going to give him credit for blowing his whistle so proudly.
That was a little hee-haw offside.
This offside brought to you by Yeehaw!
Our favorite sponsor, IPA.
Popovic going after him. Matt's loving it right now.
Matt, there we go.
Popovic slowing down. He's back out there. Good to see him healthy. In front goes Foster. Foster back out to Foster. Top of the circle, shoots. Sending that one. Shoots. I'm saying shoots like the new... see, that's those fancy like cameras that just track it on its own. We don't need that. We've got the best camera woman in the
We
business.
got Di only missed one play tonight.
My kid's not gonna
Guy's highlight reel just got cut by 1 goal, but it's his mom's fault, so it's okay. Popovic racing after it. Here comes Noah looking for some redemption after missing that last one. Trying to shoot between the legs. Still has it. Gets knocked down as he was looking for the wraparound. The goalie hangs on to it. Popovic shot with 14.9 seconds.
Pretty sure that D1 scholarship may be in jeopardy with that one clip.
That one clip.
That one clip. That was his moment of truth.
I mean, Michigan's been calling. Boston's been
BU.
calling. I mean, North Dakota.
DU.
DU wanted him for sure, but now they actually just got a text from DU saying, I don't believe that Kai got a shorthanded goal. He's off the roster. Sending it the length of the ice, and this one is over. Another shutout for Simon Prokop, and he's going to give him 2 penalties after the game's done. The Leafs player not happy about it, but the chippiness that we were expecting was there, but the play was definitely in the favor of the Warriors. They played their game, they played hard, they played strong. I'm not sure. We're either going to be playing at 9:45 or 10:45. I'm going to assume it's going to be the later one right now, but who knows what shakes out here in the next couple of games. We'll get that posted. Just send a chat, send a text to the OTT or to your player or to whoever you need to. But as for now, it is time to shut down here at the Terry Crisp Ice Arena in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's time to hit Broadway.
Call Blake.
Call back. Blake and Kid Rock, look out. We're having some fun tonight. The OTT tearing it up one more night in Nashville. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. On behalf of DK, Diane, and everybody up in the press box and across the OTT Sports Network, I'm Harry Haviland, signing out.